Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cherisse. Welcome to my new room, guys. Uh, this is my temporary home for right now. I am still in my pajamas, and it is like almost 1 o'clock, but I will say that I work in a bar, so I did not go to sleep last night till probably after 3 in the morning. And it is almost my day off. So I am fucking tired and I am allowing myself to have this wonderful lazy Sunday. But to the point, guys, I was laying in bed this morning and I have definitely been processing some energies around connections in my life and just my own personal progress and growth, where I'm at in life, basically. And if you've been watching my channel, you know one of the biggest things in my life right now, and for a while, it has been around self acceptance and self love for where I'm at in my life. And basically, I was just laying in bed and I was thinking about a certain situation in my life that made me feel very nitpicked. Um, and it's with a specific person, but I've noticed this around others as well, where I just have felt like they're nitpicking the things that I still need to work on and my flaws and my issues and pointing it out. And I've noticed this a lot in the bar where, people are opinionated, that they want to express their thoughts and views on everything, including you. And I just, this morning, it started getting like really intense and anxious. And I was just laying there and like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this today. I am not going to spend my day in an anxiety spiral or feeling any intense negative energy around other people and what they might view of me or why I don't like that they do that. And I just started leaning into thinking about the people that I love in my life. And I have been creating and building friendships and relationships here since I started this job bartending in Arizona. I've been in this job now for about 3.5 months already. Shit. But I have been building relationships, and there are just certain people that, like, I just, like, immediately loved. Sometimes there are those people where you just feel this type of connection where you just see them and you just love them. And it's funny too because I found this with certain people that, often there are other groups of people that they don't like them because they rub them wrong, and I just feel like I see through all of that to the person underneath in the heart, and I just like can't help but love that person. And then there's other people that I have like grown to love very deeply over time. And while I found that like there are things that annoyed me and that I was nitpicking about, it's leaned into this just, you know what? I love this person. You're a beautiful soul. You have a beautiful heart. And I don't find any true, real reason to pick out all the things that you could fix or that might be wrong about you, because underneath all of that, you're amazing and you're beautiful and you're perfect. And so as I'm laying there, I'm kind of realizing that like this aspect of myself that is was feeling triggered around feeling nitpicked and people seeing like all the things that I need to fix about myself still, or heal about myself, or that I still have all this growth to do. That in a way I'd done that as well towards other people, perhaps not to the same degree because I tend to keep that stuff to myself until I can learn to love that person more deeply. But I also realized that that's something that I've been doing towards myself. And I think that that's the part that really like I don't know. felt like this like a light bulb moment where it's like the fact that I'm being annoyed by people nitpicking me and seeing all the areas that I'm still basically need to fix about myself, that I've literally been doing that myself to myself. And it just it was like a beautiful like reality check this morning around that, as well as like with just the moment of this voice just was like, this is what real love is. This is what love actually is when I'm thinking about those people that have flaws. Because let's be real, guys, we're all flawed. We all got flaws, we all got imperfections. We all got areas that we could grow and change and heal. We all got those parts of ourselves. And it honestly is going to be different to every person what they think are those areas that we need growth in, as well as it might look different the way we view ourselves and the areas we think we need growth in. But when you can look beyond all that and think, you know what? Yeah, I could see those areas. Perhaps every once in a while, still you rub me wrong, or perhaps all the time you rub me wrong around that, and it just can be irritating. Or perhaps you move through that and just like look at the person and say, I just love you. You know what? We're all imperfect, and I see your heart beneath that. And I'm grateful that you exist in all your imperfections. I just think that you're beautiful, and I love you just because I love you. Whether it's a I want to love you or because it just comes so fucking naturally for me to do so. That's what real love is. Real love is choosing or just naturally loving somebody despite and including their flaws. It doesn't mean that you love somebody, oh, even though you're fucked up in that area, that shit sucks. No, it's also including those. And you don't always have to love every single aspect of somebody for it to be real love. But real love is loving somebody and not trying to change them or control them. True love means loving them whole for all they are in that moment without the need to change or control them. Now imagine if we turned that around and gave it to ourselves as well. And that doesn't mean that it's not love if you want to change certain parts of yourself, or if you are working on your healing journey, or if you see your flaws, even. But I think it puts a perspective on the aspect of real love, real self love, is self acceptance for where you're at now. It's choosing to love yourself without constantly needing to change everything about yourself. This has been a big theme for me lately where I just like, I go through these like swings of self love around my body image. And I think that everybody experiences this to some degree. And sometimes I just feel like I'm like, yeah, I'm the fucking shit. But to be honest, a lot of the time, it doesn't feel like that. And I'm not saying that to give my power to a repetitive cycle. I'm saying that to be honest, because guys, I do think that there is an aspect of toxic positivity, which is something that can kind of annoy the shit out of me sometimes. But I also understand the purpose of extreme positivity. I tend to be actually a very extremely positive person. But sometimes I don't feel good about myself. Sometimes I will put on an outfit And I will just nitpick everything that I don't like about how that looks on me or how my body is, why my body doesn't look exactly like all these pictures I see online when I do, because I don't actually go online that often. Why my body doesn't look like, oh, I actually love Pinterest. Why my body does not look like these girls in these cute ass outfits on my Pinterest board. Cause I'm like, okay, I'm manifesting all these cute ass outfits that I've always wanted to wear, but I don't look the same as them. And sometimes I hate on myself for that. Despite the fact that my body is beautiful and perfect and unique. And I should be loving on it because it's mine. And it's the only one that I've got. And from a thousand million other girls' perspectives, I've got the perfect body. It goes with a little bit of the grass is greener. You could have two women who are looking at each other, thinking that the other woman has the most perfect body in the world, and they hating on themselves. I think in my head when I see younger women and younger girls, and boys as well, but I feel like as a woman, I relate more to just other females. I guess everybody goes through this though, where I look at them, and if I can feel any insecurity that they might be energetically expressing about their bodies, I just put it out there in the ethers. You are absolutely beautiful and perfect, exactly the way you are, and there is nothing that you need to change about your body. You are uniquely beautiful and perfect, and there is nothing you need to change about your body. And then I realized that I don't always even believe that about myself. It's another one of those little reality checks where it's like I'm speaking all this love into other people and about self-acceptance and how beautiful and perfect you are exactly the way you are, and why am I not giving that to myself? But it's nice to recognize that too though, because then I can turn that around and speak that over myself. I can look in the mirror and remind myself that I am beautiful. I can remind myself that I don't need to change to be beautiful. But I can also remind myself that I have the power to strengthen my body in the ways that I want it to. I have the power to change my lifestyle in any way that I see that I need or want. I am powerful and I am beautiful and perfect the way that I am. It's a beautiful little balancing act between self acceptance and self empowerment, I think. And to be honest, I think that they kind of go hand in hand. Because I think that when you learn to accept and love yourself for where you are and who you are now, you start to feel self empowered to create change in the ways that you want and need. You deserve your love just as much as everybody else does. So if you are the type of person that is a giver, somebody who loves to encourage others, and I also want to add in quite randomly, everybody has different love languages. And just because somebody is not loving you in your own love language does not mean that they do not love you. I think that that is a great aspect of giving and receiving love, is learning to accept love from others in the ways that they are capable and willing to give to you. I think I see this a lot in relationships in general. I was gonna say romantic, but honestly, even in like friendships where I think it can come down to incompatibility. But I also think that perhaps that is even just an excuse to not allow somebody to be fully themselves. Um, but that's a whole. I feel like that's a whole fucking topic right there, because people can absolutely have toxic relationship dynamics and toxic behaviors, and you should not remain in an abusive and toxic relationship just because you are so accepting of who they are. That's something that I've actually found myself in before, a couple times, where it was like, this is obviously toxic, and it's toxic for both of us. um I would consider them abusive dynamics, abusive towards me. But at the same time, guys, I also do not personally believe that any person is innately toxic. I think that people have toxic behaviors and toxic patterns and perhaps even toxic beliefs. But I do not think that people themselves are toxic. And I think that that is something that is just thrown out a little bit in a manner of, I think people throw that out oftentimes just to consider themselves above somebody else because they see all their issues and not their own. So they will just be like, that person is toxic. But let's go back, because that is a touchy subject, I feel like, for a lot of people. And there are so many things that touch on that. So let's just let's bring it back around, y'all. Uh, it actually might be it. mm, mm. This is a good like mode, dude. I just like feel like I sifted through a bunch of like energies today, and I'm feeling like just so much love in my heart. I think that I am just really grateful for some of the people who are in my life right now, for giving me a chance to love them for where they're at without asking for more, without asking for them to change or stop being the way that they are. Because I already have people like that in my life, and I have people that love me like that. I want to say my family, I do have some friends, but like the person I think the most of is my best friend, and we've been friends for, oh my god, almost 10 years now. And it started off really rough in our friendship. We were kind of toxic to each other. We had a lot of toxic behaviors towards each other. And there was a point where it just broke through that, and I swear to God, guys, I mean, to be honest, my best friend might be the person that I love the most in my life. Because I'll be real with her if I'm like, girl, come on, no, okay, that's not really cool. Like, we don't have necessarily a problem with calling each other out on our shit, or like when one or the other is in the wrong. But I swear that woman can do no wrong in my eyes. And that doesn't mean that I don't recognize her flaws or when she is at fault. And like I said, I don't have a problem with even acknowledging to her when I see that she's at fault. But she is perfect to me because I know that that woman has one of the most beautiful hearts I've ever seen in my life. And on top of that, she loves the fucking shit out of me and she knows all of the worst things that I've done. She knows all of them. And she still fucking loves me and chooses me and stands up for me. That's love. That's real love, guys. I don't know if you have anybody in your life that loves you like that. But I hope that if you're watching this and you do, think about that and just kind of meditate in that energy of just like what that real love feels like. And then take that and point it at others in your life and think, how can I give that to others as well? And then take that, or you can even start with this part, screw that other part for a second. Take that love that you feel towards somebody else where you see their flaws and you love them no matter fucking what. And you don't sit there being like, oh, well, if they just did this. No. You know, that friend or that family member that you're like, hell no, no, ain't nobody's allowed to talk shit about them. Hell no. And give that to yourself. Don't be your biggest bully. Don't be the person that you wouldn't even allow other people around you to be towards the people that you love. And if you don't have somebody like that, or if you feel like you don't have somebody like that, I hope that you still are learning to give that to yourself. And I hope that you find somebody like that. And I also think that even though you might not think that anybody loves you like that, there's a good fucking chance that there is at least one person that does, and perhaps you just don't see it. Alright, you guys. I'm actually gonna end this video. Okay. I love you guys, and I believe in you, and I hope that you have an absolutely amazing and beautiful day.